Under the warm afternoon sun, the little monkey, Lily, in her adorable red and white jumpsuit with a small backpack, happily returned home after a day of play. But strangely, the glass door was firmly locked. Lily pressed her soft cheek against the cool glass, her big round eyes filled with worry. "Dad, where are you?" She called out in her clear voice, but only silence answered. After a while of looking around and calling until her throat was sore with no answer, a spark ignited in Lily's mind when she saw a coil of rope lying nearby. Without hesitation, she ran over and with her small but nimble hands carried the rope to the side of the house.
Chết rồi, giờ này Ly đi học về rồi. Không biết sao rồi ta?
However, the window was too high for Lily's small frame. After a moment of observation, a bold plan was formed. Lily threw the rope through the window frame, the hooked end catching securely on the edge of a chair inside. With all her strength and skill, Lily clung tightly to the rope, took a running start, and swung herself up high. She successfully climbed into the house through the open window, letting out a sigh of relief. Once inside, Lily's most important mission was still to find her dad. Dad. She ran through every room, from the tidy living room to the familiar kitchen. Lily's eyes stopped at the empty rice cooker, and another wave of worry washed over her. Dad probably hasn't eaten yet, she whispered to herself. Unable to find her dad in the house, Lily climbed back out the window. And then she saw a familiar figure. Dad! He was struggling to push his motorcycle down the village road. Dad! Lily joyfully exclaimed and ran to him, throwing herself into his arms.
Nãy các bạn được nhà không? Nãy Ly các bạn được nhà không? Bác khóa cửa sao vào? Bác có mua đồ cho Ly này.
All her worries seemed to vanish. Her father lovingly lifted his little daughter and placed her in the basket on the front of the motorcycle. Settled in the basket, Lily saw a large, round, cool watermelon next to her. The two of them went home together.
Wow, về tới nhà rồi. Về tới nhà mừng Ly ơi. Có cái dây này đây Ly. Cái này đâu đây? Ủa? Đi vào nhà từ này Ly. Hả? đi vào nhà bằng cái dây này hả? Hả? Trời ơi, giỏi vậy hả? Vào nhà bằng cái đấy hả? Trời, cái dây của ba này. Thế ba làm đồ chơi mà. Đây là dưa chili á. Đúng chưa? Giỏi quá nha. Thôi thì ba làm một dưa chili nhá. Dưa chili ăn nhá. Ha.
Her father placed the watermelon on a wooden cutting board and sliced it into juicy crimson pieces.
Dad.
Chào lâu không? Ừ. À, đâu. Từ từ đây. Ừ.
The final scene was
Lily.
truly heartwarming. Lily sat on a chair, holding a fork, and happily eating a plate of watermelon.
Ăn từ từ con. Đúng rồi, ngon không?
The sweet taste melted in her mouth, chasing away all the fatigue and anxiety she had felt. She joyfully savored her father's gift. After they finished the watermelon, her father gently stroked her head and then stepped back out into the yard to continue his unfinished work on the motorcycle, leaving Lily inside with a sense of complete safety and happiness. After her dad went back outside to continue his work, a wonderful idea sparked in Lily's mind. She wanted to do something special to surprise him. Dressed in a bright yellow shirt, Lily secretly took some money from her small blue wallet. Put on a cute conical hat and carried a basket out the gate, looking very determined and secretive. A short while later, Lily returned home, the fruits of her trip in hand. She carefully took out 2 fragrant sweet cakes from her basket, one for herself and one for her beloved father. Lily placed them in the oven, hoping to make them warm and crispy. While waiting for the cakes, she sat in front of the TV, her eyes glued to the screen, but her mind was filled with images of her father's happy face when he would eat the cake.
Uh-oh.
However, perhaps because she was too engrossed, Lily left the cakes in the oven for too long. When she excitedly took them out, a burnt smell filled the air. Both cakes were charred black and inedible.
Uh-oh.
Disappointed and a little sulky, Lily took her cake and threw it into the trash. But then, looking at the empty plate, she felt guilty. Lily turned back, took the dirty plate to the sink, and carefully washed it clean. Standing by the sink, Lily drank a cool sip of water. The fresh water seemed to bring back a flood of memories. A vivid image of her and her dad happily kneading dough and baking together appeared in her mind. Maybe I can bake a cake for Dad myself? The thought spurred her into action. Without hesitation, she ran outside again and returned shortly after with a bag of flour. Lily laid everything out on the kitchen counter and began her enthusiastic baking project. She poured water into the flour herself and used a tiny whisk to mix it. Yummy. But baking was not as easy as it looked. White flour scattered everywhere, sticking to Lily's face and clothes. The entire kitchen soon turned into a pristine white battlefield. In the middle of her messy work, Lily was startled by the sound of the doorbell. Panicked, she quickly looked for a place to hide and dove behind the curtains, daring only to peek out. Her father walked into the kitchen and froze. He stared in surprise at the messy scene on the counter, with flour scattered everywhere.
Lily!
Her dad called Lily's name and began to search.
Lily! Lily ơi! Đi đâu rồi?
His gentle eyes scanned every corner of the house and then stopped at the slightly moving curtain. He walked over and gently pulled it aside. Lily was discovered. She looked down, nervously wringing her hands, preparing for a scolding.
Đi làm gì ở trên kia? Sao làm bánh lên kia vậy? Hả? Sao? Sao ông nghịch cái này? Nè, quần áo này thấy chưa? Nè, bẩn này, mặt bẩn này. Thấy không? Con làm gì ở trên kia vậy hả?
But contrary to what Lily expected, her dad wasn't angry. He didn't say a single word of reprimand. He just quietly knelt down, took her small flour-dusted hands in his, and gently wiped them clean.
Con làm bánh là cái gì? Đây này cho mọi người xem này. Này mọi người xem này. Lily ở nhà quậy này. Đi làm tí mà Lily ở nhà quậy này, thấy chưa? Không được làm thế nhá. Không sao nhé. Đưa mũi cho ba nào. Đưa túi cho ba nào. Chân bẩn hả? Ui sao đâu, ba xem chân nào. Ui trời ơi, chân đây hả? Ôi trời ơi, chân gì mà toàn bột thế này. Ghê quá.
The love and understanding in his eyes moved Lily so much that she could only bury her face in his embrace.
Thôi mình đi làm bánh nhá. Mình xài cái chân này làm bánh nhá. Này. Ghê quá. Nào đi làm bánh nhá. Nha. Đây, đứng ở đây đi. Đây. Này bây giờ mình dọn này nhé. Nào, cầm lấy ba dọn nào. Cầm lấy ba dọn nhá.
Finally, the two of them cleaned up the battlefield Lily had created.
Đây, dọn này đi nhá. Lấy bột mới nhá.
Her father showed her how to clean up, while Lily chattered on, explaining her failed plan to bake a surprise cake for him. The kitchen, though messy, was filled with laughter and the warmth of father-daughter love. It was a failed baking lesson, but a brilliant success in love and forgiveness. Another day, the sky was clear and the atmosphere was peaceful. Lily was sitting obediently by the laptop, her eyes focused on the lively images on the screen. But then, her little stomach began to sing its familiar tune. Lily was hungry. She left the computer and headed to the kitchen to find something to eat. On the dining table, under the familiar food cover, a plate of fresh, delicious fruit seemed to be calling her. Lily happily sat down and enjoyed her light snack. After eating, she felt a little thirsty. Lily reached for the water dispenser and poured herself a full glass. But while turning the tap, perhaps in a bit of a hurry, she accidentally let the water overflow, spilling all over the table and dripping onto the floor. Drip, drip! The sound of water hitting the tiled floor made Lily's heart skip a beat. An unhappy memory suddenly came back to her. She remembered a previous time when she had been scolded by her dad for spilling water. The stern look on his face appeared clearly in her mind, making Lily very scared. No, I have to clean it up right away, Lily told herself. She quickly ran to find a dry cloth. Her small hands swiftly wiped away every trace of water from the table and then diligently dried the floor. In just a moment, everything was clean again, with no sign of the recent mishap. Even though she had cleaned up, fear still lingered in Lily's heart. She didn't dare stay in the kitchen any longer and quietly went to the bedroom. What if Dad comes home and sees? Will he still scold me? The questions kept swirling in her head. Her anxiety grew, and to escape it, Lily decided to climb into the wardrobe. Pulling the door shut, hoping it would be the safest hiding place. In the dark, cramped space of the closet, Lily sat curled up, hugging her knees, her heart pounding. A short while later, she heard her dad come home.
Đồ ăn rồi. Ly ơi. Sao ướt vậy? Ướt còn bao rồi nè. Ly ơi. Ly. Ly ơi. Ly ơi.
The footsteps grew closer and closer, then stopped right outside her room.
Sao ướt hết trăng gối vậy? Ly ơi. Đi đâu rồi?
The closet door slowly opened. The light from outside streamed in, making Lily squint. It was Dad. He had found her. Lily looked down, bracing herself for a reprimand.
Trời, sao quần ướt vậy? Sao làm chân giường ướt rồi con? Quần ướt rồi này ha. Ướt mày ướt xíu nha. Không sao đâu nhé.
But it never came. He didn't scold her at all. He just gently sat down, looking at his little daughter trembling in the closet with eyes full of love and understanding. He didn't ask why she was hiding there, nor did he mention anything about the spilled water. He was simply there, and his silence was warmer and more comforting than any words could be. Lily looked up into her dad's kind eyes, and all her fears seemed to melt away. She knew that no matter what mistake she made, her father's arms would always be there, ready to protect and forgive her. Her stomach started rumbling again. Lily trotted to the refrigerator, hoping to find a delicious snack. She opened the door, but the cold light revealed an empty space with only a few bottles of water left. A small wave of disappointment passed over her, but Lily was not one to give up easily. If there's nothing at home, I'll go out and find something, she thought to herself. Having made her decision, Lily ran out into the yard and headed straight for her beloved pink supercar. She put on her blue helmet, fastened the strap carefully, looking every bit the professional racer. With a practiced move, Lily started the engine, and the toy car slowly rolled out of the gate, beginning an adventure to find food. The road ahead was beautiful, and Lily drove happily, looking at everything around her. But her joy didn't last long. A large rock, bigger than her car, blocked her path. Screech! The car came to a sudden halt.
Oh my god.
Lily got out and, with all her might, pushed with her hands and braced with her feet, trying to move the rock. But the rock remained stubbornly in place. It wouldn't budge. Just as she was struggling and didn't know what to do, a kind man who was passing by approached. Seeing the little monkey in trouble, he stopped to ask what was wrong. Lily was overjoyed. She pointed at the rock, her eyes pleading for help. The man smiled and, without any difficulty, bent down and lifted the large rock out of the way, placing it neatly on the side of the road.
Thank you.
The obstacle was gone. Lily was so happy she jumped up and down. She clasped her hands together and thanked the kind man profusely. Her cheerful, sincere thanks made the man happy too. He patted Lily on the head and continued on his way. Now that the road was clear, Lily got back into her car and drove straight home. As soon as she reached the yard, she eagerly called out, "Dad!" Hearing his daughter's voice, her dad ran out from the house, his face beaming with joy.
Đưa về đây, mua đây hả? Là bà tìm Ly mãi ha. Cái gì đây ấy? Xe sao vậy? Xe sao vậy? Cái này rồi. Con hai trái cây đâu đây? Vâng quá ha. Ba có làm đồ ăn cho Ly không kìa? Ba có làm đồ ăn cho kia cho Ly rồi nhé. Ba ăn đi, ngồi xe ba sửa sau nhé. Được không? Ha. Đi vô này.
He carried Lily inside and got her a plate of delicious food.
Rồi đây ăn nhé. Này, đi ăn đi con. Đừng có đây ăn. Đây này. Rồi ăn đi. Ăn đi nhé. Đỡ bụng này ha.
While Lily ate and recounted her perilous adventure, her dad sat beside her, listening attentively, his eyes filled with tenderness and pride for his brave and independent little daughter.
Ngon quá ha. Hết rồi. Hết rồi. Đấy, bỏ ra một kia đây. Con. Đây, bảo này. Đây hỏi nè. Sao? Xe sao mà hư vậy hả? Xe sao mà hư thế? Đi đâu? Đi hái hả? Đi hái đồ đấy hả? Đi hái đồ làm hư xe hả? Rồi, thôi để mai ba sửa xe cho Ly nhé. Được không? Ba sửa xe đi sau nhé. Giỏi quá.
The story begins in the quiet stillness of sleep, where the little monkey Lily, with an adorable rosy face, was lost in sweet dreams of her beloved aunt. But when her eyelids fluttered open, reality rushed in, bringing with it a gnawing, deep-seated longing. That feeling of missing her was like a dark cloud covering Lily's innocent soul. The little monkey sat up, crossed her legs on the pillow, and raised her hands to scratch her head in confusion. She then crawled off the bed and padded down the hallway to a smaller bed. Lying there, Lily gazed through the glass window and saw her dad diligently sweeping the yard outside. A look of sadness clearly visible on her face. Lily walked to the door, pressed her hands against the glass to look at her dad, then opened it and ran out to hug his leg tightly.
Đây, làm gì đây? Sao? Đây là hả? Đây là hả?
Her dad lovingly lifted Lily and carried her inside.
Sao mặt siêu siêu rồi? Sao mặt siêu siêu rồi? Đi vào nhé. Sao? Sao mặt buồn thế? Ngồi đây xem nào. Sao?
He set Lily down on a yellow beanbag chair. Noticing the sad expression on his daughter's face, he gently stroked her head to comfort her.
Sao? Đói bụng hả? Sao đây? Sao? Sao đây? Đói bụng hả? Ê, đói bụng hả? Để ba lấy cho đi nhé, lấy cho đi ăn nhé, được không? Nhé. Để lấy cho đi ăn đó nhé. Ha? Được không?
Lily said nothing, only reaching for the phone to silently look through photos taken with her aunt.
Ồ. Cái gì đây? Hả? Ồ. Cái gì đây? Đâu, con đang xem gì đấy? Sao xem nào? Đâu? Đâu? Ồ. Ủa? Gì đây? Sao? 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 Sao muốn chơi cái gì à? Hả? Muốn gọi chơi cái gì à?
Understanding his daughter's heart, her dad suggested calling her aunt to invite her over.
Nhé. À, gì đây đúng không? À. Thôi, bà gọi gì chơi đi nhé. Nhé. Gọi chơi đi, chào bà tí. Chào bà tí. Chào bà tí ha. Chào bà tí ha. Chào bà tí, ba đang gọi đây. Alo. Tí nhóc à? Ồ.
Lily watched intently, full of hope.
Lily ở nhà mình. Dì có rảnh không? Muốn chơi với em Lily xíu này. Dì cũng rảnh à?
However, as her dad listened on the phone, Lily's expression shifted from surprise to sadness upon learning that her aunt was busy and couldn't come.
Hay gì bạn rồi nhá. Thôi ở nhà ba lấy đồ cho Lily ăn nhá. Được không? Lấy cho Lily ăn nhá. Nhá, đừng có buồn.
Though she tried to hold them back, tears streamed down her face, and she began to sob.
Nhá. 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 Ôi trời ơi, sao đây? Buồn nữa hả? Trời ơi, cô thương thế. Trời, có tí thôi mà buồn. Thôi bà thương nha. Thôi đừng có buồn nhé.
Her dad stroked her head, gave her a comforting kiss, and brought out a cup of yogurt to soothe her.
Bà bảo gì xuống chơi với Ly nhé. Đúng không? Nhé. Bây giờ bà lấy đồ cho Ly ăn được không? Ha? Qua đây. Qua đây ngồi đi. Đây, bà lấy sữa chua xuống cho Ly ăn nhé.
He sat her at a small table and helped her with the first few spoonfuls. But it seemed that even her favorite delicious yogurt couldn't ease the ache of missing her aunt.
Ăn đi, đúng rồi, ăn giỏi.
Lily ate listlessly before starting to feed herself.
Đúng rồi, ăn vậy chưa? Sao? Sao? Ăn đi chứ? Này, đúng rồi, ăn đi chứ. Giỏi. Đây, con tự cầm ăn đi. Đây. Đúng rồi, con ăn đi. Đây. Sao? Sao đi? Đây để bà đút cho Ly nhé. Bà đút cho Ly ăn nhé. Đúng rồi, ăn đi con, ngon mà. Sao? Đúng rồi, ăn đi chứ, đúng rồi. Rồi mấy nữa ba gọi gì chơi nhé, được không? Nhé. Ăn đi con, đúng rồi, ăn đi. Ngoan nào, ăn nào Ly, ăn nào, giỏi. Ăn đi, mấy nữa ba gọi gì chơi nhé. Đúng rồi đấy, ăn vậy đấy. Đây này, thêm nhé. Đấy, đấy, thì chua mà, chua cái con thích mà. Ô, sao đây? Ăn đi con, đúng rồi, ăn đi chứ. Đấy rồi. Đúng rồi, giỏi. Thấy chưa, ăn giỏi chưa? Thấy chưa? Sao? Sao đây? Sao? Nè, ăn giỏi nè. Ăn đi, đúng rồi. Ly phải ngoan chứ. Đúng rồi, ăn nhiều chứ. Đúng rồi. Ăn nhiều ba gọi gì nhá. Thấy chưa? Ăn nhiều ba gọi gì? Ăn đi ba gọi cho. Ăn đi ba gọi nhá. Đúng rồi, ăn đi. Đúng rồi. Ăn đi ba gọi nhá. Thôi chờ ba tí ba gọi này. Này, thằng cầm lại, cầm cái này đi. Ăn đi ba gọi phải nhá.
When her dad got a phone call and had to step outside, Lily sighed, left the table, and ran to her bedroom. Lying on the small bed, her spirits were incredibly low. After his call, her dad came back inside and, not seeing her, went to the bedroom.
Thầy dối nhỉ? Thầy dối nhỉ? Dối quá trời. Ly ơi! Ly ơi! Ồ, sao đây? Sao nằm đây? Hả? Không ăn à? Không đói bụng à? Hả? Sao? Không đói bụng à? Sao? Sao không thấy chứ? Cái miệng bẩn này, thấy không?
He sat beside her, caressed her gently, and promised that her aunt would visit tomorrow.
Ly ngoan nhé. Mấy nữa thì rảnh này ba gọi thì chúng chơi Ly ha. Được không? Nhé. Phải ngoan như vậy chứ. Con ngủ đi ha. Con ngủ thì ngủ nhé. Ngày mai là ba gọi thì chúng chơi với Ly nhé. Ly ngoan nhé. Đúng rồi.
Just then, something unexpected happened. From the yard, a woman wearing a helmet rode in on a motorbike. It was Lily's aunt. She must have managed to arrange her work to come and visit her niece. Hearing her aunt's call, Lily rushed out, and the moment they met, she threw her arms around her.
Lily nhà với ai đấy?
All the sadness on Lily's face vanished, replaced by a radiant smile of pure happiness.
Cô đi chơi nghe.
Ồ, thì đi chơi hả?
Dạ.
Hôm nay chị rảnh ha? Đi chơi với Ly à?
Tới chơi với Ly nha.
Lily vui nhé.
Lily joyfully clung to her aunt's side.
Rồi, Lily nhớ gì lắm. Bây giờ muốn Lily qua chơi đấy.
Ra gì tán trai với Lily nè.
Đó, Lily vui nhé. Hôm nay thì ở lại chơi với Lily nhé. Chắc là Lily vui lắm á. Đi ra dọn dẹp sân tí nha.
Lily có gì cho gì chân không? Lily. Lily. Lily có gì cho gì xem không? Lily đàn hả? Lily đàn đi. Lily lại ngồi đó kìa.
She ran to get her small guitar and played a song for her.
Lily hát hay quá. Lily hát hay, đàn giỏi quá nha. Mày bữa đi làm ca sĩ nghe Lily nha.
The two of them played happily together. Afterward, her aunt told Lily to put the guitar away so she could go to the kitchen and prepare lunch.
Lily, bây giờ Lily lại ghé ngồi chờ, còn gì đi nấu cơm trưa nha Lily. Lily lại ghé ngồi.
As she was about to start cooking, she realized they were out of rice.
Anh ơi, gạo đâu hết rồi.
She went out to the yard to tell Lily's dad.
Chờ xíu.
Phải anh đi mua gạo đi nha.
He went inside to check his wallet. But since it wasn't payday yet, it was empty.
Hết tiền. Giờ anh quên cầm tiền rồi. Anh thì có tiền không thì cho anh mượn đi. Anh mua gạo không một đoạn.
He shyly asked to borrow money from the aunt. But since she had left in a hurry, she didn't have any with her either. Huddled in a corner, Lily's little ears had heard everything. She ran to check her own small purse, hoping she could help her dad. But that hope was quickly extinguished when she found it empty as well.
Oh!
With no other choice, she made a silent decision. Lily hugged her guitar and quietly slipped out of the house without her dad or aunt noticing. Lily stopped in a small corner of the neighborhood and began to strum sweet melodies, hoping she could use her talent to earn some money. But cruelly, it was nearly noon, and there wasn't a soul around. Lily sighed, feeling helpless. Suddenly, an idea flashed, and her eyes lit up. She grabbed her guitar and darted away. She appeared in a grocery store.
Chào bạn nhá, muốn mua gì? Muốn mua cái gì nào? Lựa đi nào. Lựa đi. Muốn này hả? Bạn muốn mua gạo hả? Muốn mua gạo đây hả? Rồi đưa tiền đây nào, đưa tiền đây. Tiền đâu? Đổi
Trying to negotiate trading her guitar for rice.
Đủ nhá. Cái đàn này cũng đủ để đổi cái này đâu, nghe chưa?
At first, the shopkeeper seemed to disagree.
Được nhá, trả lại này. Không đủ tiền nhá, này trả lại cho bạn nhá. Vậy cũng đủ nhá. Không đủ tiền nhá, này trả lại cho bạn nhá.
With all her innocence and sincerity, she tried to persuade him. She told him about her family and the lunch that was waiting to be cooked.
Sao? Bạn muốn gì nào? Muốn
Her
gì nào?
filial piety touched the shopkeeper's heart. And he agreed to
Được
trade
rồi
her
nhá,
for a
giỏi
full
rồi.
bag of
Đây.
rice.
Này, đổi gạo đấy.
Holding the bag, Lily was as happy as if she had just received a treasure and hurried home. Seeing his daughter appear at the door with a bag of rice, her dad was stunned.
Hả? Mày đâu có mua vậy hả? Hả? Sao biết ba cần gạo mà mua đấy? Ừ?
As Lily
Tiền đi đâu
recounted
mua?
the whole story,
Tiền lấy đâu vậy?
he was deeply moved, feeling both love for his daughter and a sense of guilt. He thanked her, asked her to bring the rice inside for her aunt to cook, and then rushed off somewhere.
Đi đi. Mày đang đặt gì đi? Đi đi.
Okay.
Đi đặt gạo gì? Vẽ đi đi. Đi vẽ đi.
While helping her aunt snap beans, Lily's movements were very skillful. Yummy.
Rồi, đi. Đi vẽ đi. Rồi, đi lên. Đi vẽ đi. Đi dài quá đi đi. Đi vẽ đây nè. Vẽ đi. Tiếp đi.
Oh,
Cái này còn dài quá nè, đi lên, đi vẽ ngắn lại. Vẽ lại. Giỏi. Không có đây. Đây. Đi vẽ gì đi. Đi lên. Đi lên ơi, đi bỏ vào đấy. Đi lên. Đây. Bỏ vào đây đi lên. Đây. Rồi đi vẽ gì cơ.
but for a moment, her spirits fell as she remembered her beloved guitar. However, the thought of the upcoming family meal quickly cheered her up again.
Đi ngồi xuống đi, đi ngồi xuống. Đó, đi lên ngồi im này. Đi ngồi im nhìn gì làm nhé.
At that moment, her dad was in the garden, cutting down a nearly ripe bunch of bananas.
kia phải ăn hấp. Ra xem đi, để ra xem đi đây. Đi qua tivi đi xem nha. Tivi cũng xem trước.
While the aunt and Lily were watching TV and waiting for him to return, the image of the grocery store appeared on the screen. But this time, it was her dad with a bunch of bananas from their garden.
Chào chủ nha.
Chào bác. Thế nào thế? Đổi chuối hả?
Em muốn lấy lại cái đàn của Lily á.
Hôm qua đi đổi cái đàn này hả?
Đúng rồi.
Giờ chuộc lại hả?
Đúng rồi đấy.
It turned out he had used their homegrown fruit to buy back his little daughter's soulmate. Just as she'd hoped, the shopkeeper happily took the bananas and returned the guitar.
Lily ơi. Lily ơi, có cái Lily này.
When he got home, her dad said he had a surprise for Lily.
Đây. Đây ghế ngồi đi. Đây ghế đi. Đây này. Có lại Lily này. Đây. Đi qua đây lấy này.
And pulled the guitar out from behind his back. Lily was overwhelmed with joy, happily taking back her friend.
Lên cổ đi. Quay mặt ôm nào. Đấy. Tao đổi về cho Lily đấy, được không? Ôm cái nào. Ôm cái nào. Nè. Nè. Trời ơi, rồi nha. Giỏi quá nha. Bạn bé cho đi đấy nhé. Và bạn cắt đi nhé. Này, bạn cắt đi. Cắt đi ha. Cắt đi nhé, đừng làm mất đấy nhé. Thấy chưa? Đi đây. Cầm đấy, cầm đầu kia đi. Cầm cắt đi.
And quickly putting it away as if afraid of losing it again.
Qua đây cho dì dặn cơm nào. Ở đây không? Ở đây. Để dì dặn cơm nhé. Thấy chưa?
Then, her aunt went to the kitchen to serve the meal, and the whole family gathered around the warm table, filled with love.
Đi ngồi đây nhé. Đi ngồi đây. Đó. Đi ngồi ăn đi. Đi đây.
The rice today seemed sweeter, the food more flavorful. That's because it wasn't just cooked with fire, but was also seasoned with love, sacrifice, and boundless devotion. The meal was simple, yet it was the warmest and happiest of meals.
Này đợi nhá, liền cái này nhá, được chưa? Ăn đi chứ? Này. Này. Được không? Ăn thử đi. Đây đi. Ở đây coi. Đây.
Đi ăn tàu đi. Đây, cho cơm đi lên. Đây, đi cầu ra.
Ăn thử đi.
Đi ăn bánh ngon không được cơm đi nha. Đi ăn đi. Đi ăn cơm mà. Đi ăn đi. Ngon đi đi. Ngon.
Ngon quá. Mềm mà.
Cơm ngon đi lên. Cơm ngon.
Chị nào là hết rồi.
Chậm vào nhanh đi. Đi ăn chậm đi.
Ăn cơm mệt rồi đi ơi. Ăn đồ ăn đi con.
Đi lên đây ăn rau đi cô. Đây là
cơm thì thôi nhá, không cho ăn cơm nữa. Ăn nhiều rồi. Ăn rau đi. Cái này đi này. Nè.
Ừ. Dì ăn rau này, đi đi, dì ăn rau này. Đi ăn đâu? Đi ăn này, đây này.
The new day begins with clear excitement as Lily, looking incredibly cute in her blue helmet and a tiny backpack on her back, quickly dashes out of the house. The father, with a gentle smile and loving eyes, helps Lily climb onto their familiar green motorcycle. Lily sits in front, seemingly enjoying her role as driver, with confidence, while her father sits behind, ensuring both their safety throughout the ride. They ride out of the gate together, starting their journey through lush green fields and over an overpass, showcasing the deep bond and simple adventures they share daily. Their destination is a bustling market filled with the sounds and colors of everyday life. The father carefully helps Lily dismount the motorcycle, and the little one, with surprising confidence, walks into the store like a familiar and seasoned customer. A woman behind the counter with a warm smile and affectionate eyes greets Lily like an old friend and leads her to a table. Here, Lily not only demonstrates her cleverness, but also a sense of responsibility. She meticulously puts fresh oranges into a plastic bag then carefully places them on the scale to be weighed. Finally, Lily even personally hands the money to the woman completing the transaction professionally, and adorably making onlookers smile and admire her. After a successful and exciting market trip, the father and daughter return home, bringing fresh ingredients. The father leads Lily and the bag of oranges into the kitchen, where they often share warm and simple moments. Lily instinctively takes off her helmet and backpack, showing her familiarity and comfort with the home environment where she feels safe and absolutely loved.
Đây nhé. Vào nào. Đi bỏ cái vỏ cho bà nhé, đi nhé. Đây này. Đúng rồi. Đây này. Đây này. Đúng rồi đấy. Bỏ đi khác.
The father begins to peel juicy orange segments and shares them with Lily one by one, demonstrating meticulous care and attention, just as he would for a human child. He also carefully cuts mango into small, bite-sized pieces for Lily, ensuring a nutritious and delicious meal, showcasing his boundless love and thoughtfulness.
Đây nhé, đây đây. Quả ăn được nhé. Đúng rồi. Từ từ. Nghe nhỏ như này. Giỏi này. Đúng rồi. Ở đây nhé. Ở đây. Đây. Đây nhé. Đây nhé.
The father arranges the sliced fruit on a pretty small wooden platter and places it on a tiny table, with a chair specifically for Lily, creating a cozy and adorable dining space just for her. Lily sits at the table and eats the fruit, with a small fork displaying politeness and cuteness, like a well-behaved family member. After enjoying her delicious meal, the father gives Lily a milk carton. Lily skillfully opens the straw and drinks the milk fully, enjoying her drink and showing complete trust in her father.
Đúng rồi, chỉnh đi, đúng rồi, chỉnh nè, chỉnh nè.
After the meal, Lily instinctively puts the empty milk carton into the trash can, demonstrating her awareness of cleanliness and admirable obedience. To conclude a meaningful day, the father gently taps Lily's head and encourages her to wave goodbye, a moment filled with joy, affection, and sincere love between father and daughter. The video opens with a familiar image of Lily's house, but one that also makes the viewer quite anxious. The dad returns home, perhaps tired after a session of gardening. But as soon as the door opens, his fatigue is immediately replaced by a profound shock. Before him is a horrifying scene. The usually pristine white tile floor is now splattered with dark, winding red streaks, stretching from the living room deep into the house. Anxiety quickly turns to panic when he realizes the little monkey, Lily, is nowhere to be seen. The swing where she usually sits and plays is now starkly empty. The dad's heart sinks. He dashes around like the wind, turning over every nook and cranny to search for her. He calls Lily's name in desperation, his voice cracking with fear. The bedroom, nothing. The bathroom, also nothing. In a moment of despair, he even checks inside the washing machine. Just as all hope seems lost, the dad's frantic gaze finally finds her. Lily is nestled soundly asleep, curled up like a small ball on the floor, tucked between two chairs in a hidden corner of the house. And then he sees the evidence beside her, a piece of red flesh dragon fruit.
Con làm đổ đây đúng không?
Through Lily's lens, the story is recounted with great innocence. While her dad was away, hunger pangs urged her to the refrigerator. Seeing the bright red dragon fruit, Lily decided to handle it herself. But the dragon fruit was both large and heavy, a complete mismatch for Lily's tiny arms. With her inherent clumsiness, while fumbling with her treasure, she slipped. With every step she took, the red dragon fruit pulp scattered onto the floor, creating a colorful crime scene. All his worries and fears vanish in an instant. He breathes a sigh of relief, as if a 1,000-pound weight has been lifted. The culprit behind the scary red stains was none other than his own clumsy little daughter. After having her fill, sleepiness began to set in. But today, Lily suddenly wanted a change of scenery, not wanting to sleep in her usual spots. She decided to choose a new space, a cozy and hidden corner of the house, to fall into a deep sleep.
Áo bẩn hết rồi nè.
After
Mình đi tắm nhé.
understanding the full story,
Bà đi
the
tắm
dad
nhé.
doesn't utter a
Đi tắm
single
đi con.
word of scolding. Instead, he looks at Lily with an affectionate gaze and a relieved smile. Love had triumphed over the mess. He decides to clean up the aftermath with his little daughter.
Hay sao? Mình lau xong đi tắm nhé. Đi, đến đây ba chờ tôi lấy khăn nhé.
The two of them, one big and one small, roll up their sleeves and get to work.
Người bẩn không? Sợ chưa? Ly cũng sợ đúng không? Tao cũng sợ chứ. Nè. Đó, con lau của con đi nhá. Đây.
Lily, after causing the mistake, appears incredibly enthusiastic and responsible. She demonstrates very professional cleaning skills. She uses her whole body to press down on the cloth, using all her might to wipe away every stain, determined to restore the floor's shiny cleanliness.
Rồi xong rồi, ba xong rồi này.
Watching this, the dad can't help but chuckle at his daughter's adorable seriousness. After the floor is clean, the grooming session begins.
Bây giờ ba lấy áo mới cho con nhá. Này, áo sạch này, thấy không? Rồi con cầm lấy. Để ba lau tay cho con nhá. Đây nhá. Đúng rồi.
The dad gently uses a damp cloth to wipe away the dragon fruit stains, still lingering on Lily's face, tiny hands, and feet.
Đây nữa. Rồi.
Finally, she is dressed in a brand new, fragrant set of clothes, officially closing the chapter on her adventure with the dragon fruit.
Thích nha, thích nha. Màu xanh đẹp nha. Đúng rồi, gấp tay ra nhé. Đúng rồi. Bạn đưa tay ly vô rồi, bạn đi để tay ra anh chưa? Đó, đi đẩy tay ra đi, đẩy tay này ra đi. Này. Đó, thấy không? Thấy không?
The next morning, when the school bell rings, signaling the end of classes, Lily, with a cute little backpack on, eagerly returns home. She imagines her dad standing at the door to welcome her with a warm smile. But reality is harsh. Before Lily is the main door, shut tight. She calls out Dad, loudly, her
Dad,
clear voice
where are you?
echoing in the quiet space. But the only response is a heart-wrenching silence. Perhaps because he was too busy with work, her dad had forgotten it was time to pick up his little daughter.
Dad!
Undeterred, Lily fumbles with the door, trying to open it with her small strength.
Dad!
But the door remains stubbornly shut, as solid as a fortress wall.
Aww.
After a moment of helplessness, an idea flashes in her mind. Lily quickly runs around to the back of the house, her clever eyes scanning the area to survey the terrain. Her gaze lands on a coil of rope dangling nearby. Without a moment's hesitation, Lily gathers all her strength and throws one end of the rope up into the open space of a side window. The throw is astonishingly accurate. With her agility and courage, she grabs onto the rope, using both her hands and feet to climb up and slowly get inside the house. Once inside, Lily calls for her dad again, but there's still no answer.
Dad!
Her stomach starts to grumble with hunger. Lily runs to the kitchen, opening the rice cooker with the hope of finding something to eat. But inside, it's empty, not a single grain of rice left, only a few flies buzzing around. It was a pitiful sight. After a moment of disappointment, Lily suddenly remembers her secret fund. She quickly runs to her hiding spot, takes out a hidden bill, and using the same window she entered through, she skillfully climbs back out and runs off, beginning a new adventure to save her hungry stomach. With the precious bill in her hand, Lily begins her journey to find food to fill her growling stomach. She hums a tune as she walks, the cheerful melody seemingly intended to drown out the feeling of hunger. However, perhaps because hunger clouded her mind, or because the outside world was too vast for her small frame, Lily soon realizes she is lost. In the midst of her confusion, she stops next to a cart full of grass belonging to a farmer who was resting by the roadside. With her innate intelligence and cleverness, Lily doesn't hesitate to approach and ask for directions. In response to Lily's predicament is the farmer's gentle smile and enthusiasm. he kindly shows her the correct way to the store. Finally, the destination appears before her, a fruit shop with all sorts of fresh, colorful fruits. Without hesitation, Lily heads straight in and picks out a juicy red apple that looks incredibly delicious. She carefully pays and quickly leaves.
Beep, beep.
Finding a spot by the roadside, Lily sits down and begins to enjoy her prize. She takes a bite of the crisp apple, its sweetness seeming to spread throughout her body, chasing away the gnawing hunger. Watching Lily eat with such relish, one can see she was truly very hungry, and at that moment, the apple was the most wonderful thing in the world. When the sun is high in the sky, the dad returns home from a day at work. The house is quiet, no laughter, no sign of his little daughter waiting as she usually does. After waiting a long time for Lily to come home from school, a sense of unease begins to stir within him. Without a second's delay, he hastily grabs his motorcycle keys and rushes out onto the road. Beginning the search for his daughter, he rides through all the familiar streets, stopping by the fruit shop that the two of them often visited, hoping for a clue. The vendor confirms that Lily had stopped by to buy an apple, but she had left right after. This news is both a glimmer of hope and a source of greater anxiety, as he doesn't know where his precious daughter has gone. Under the harsh midday sun, the dad's heart feels like it's on fire. He continues to roam on his motorcycle, driving along the road from the school to their home, his eyes constantly searching. The image of his little daughter keeps flashing in his mind. His voice calling Lily echoes, lost on the deserted street. And then, on a corner of the street, in the midst of his despair, he finally finds her. Lily is sitting by the roadside, her little legs dangling, calmly enjoying her sweet, crisp apple, completely unaware of the storm raging in her dad's heart. The moment he sees his daughter is safe, all the fatigue and worry seem to vanish. Despite the hot sun and the difficult search, he doesn't utter a single word of scolding. Instead, there is only boundless relief. He gently stops his bike, walks over to her, asks after her kindly, and then takes his little princess home. The next morning, when the alarm clock rings, breaking the early morning silence, Lily immediately gets up. In contrast to her alertness, her dad is still deep in sleep, perhaps from a late night of tiring work. Lily gently shakes her dad, but he shows no sign of waking. Realizing that waking her dad is an impossible mission, the clever daughter comes up with a plan. She quietly and stealthily reaches into her dad's pocket and skillfully takes out a bill. But instead of leaving right away, she leans down and places a light kiss on his forehead as a sweet good morning, before quickly climbing off the bed to start her day. This morning, Lily decides to go out on her skateboard. She nimbly climbs onto a cabinet, grabs her helmet, and puts it on carefully. After being fully geared up, Lily pulls her skateboard along and confidently heads outside. On the street, Lily showcases the skills of a professional skateboarder. She glides along swiftly, weaving skillfully, drawing everyone's attention.
Oh yeah.
Her destination is the familiar convenience store.
Hi.
Lấy tiền đâu rồi? Tiền nào? Lấy tiền này, tiền này.
There, she uses the money she just borrowed from her dad to buy breakfast.
Này, có con này. Này, có con này. Mấy con.
Thank you.
Mission accomplished, Lily skates back home. Seeing that her dad is still not awake, she continues her wake-up efforts, going into the room to urge her sleeping dad.
Gì Ly?
The task of waking the sleeping dad proves to be a real challenge for Lily.
Dad.
Gì Ly? Ngủ mà.
After fumbling around with all sorts of methods, from shaking to urging, with her dad still not budging, Lily realizes a special master trick is needed.
Gì Ly? Gì vậy?
And then, an idea flashes in her mind.
Dad. Oh.
Lily quickly runs into the bathroom, grabs a toothbrush, and returns to the bedroom. What is she planning to do? With her intelligence, wit, and a touch of humor, Lily places the toothbrush in her dad's hand. Then gently moves it to his face and into his mouth. Turns out,
Ừ.
Lily wants to brush
Lily.
her dad's teeth to
Gì
help
vậy?
him wake up.
Oh,
Trời, đi răng cho ba luôn hả? Ừ? Hả?
Faced with this
Ừ.
unique and surprising
Ừ.
tactic, the
Ba
dad
bỏ răng cho ba hả?
finally
Đi.
has to
Hả? Đánh răng
surrender
hả?
to his little daughter
Ừ.
and reluctantly wakes up.
Ừ, cảm ơn nhé. Ừ. À, được rồi, để ba đánh răng ha. Để ba dậy đánh răng nhé.
The dad and daughter move to the kitchen
Đi nhà ăn cơm
together.
nhé. Đi. Đi nhà ăn cơm, đi. Đi. Đúng rồi. Đây, đi đây. Đi đây. Đi vào làm cơm cho ăn. Ừ, đi. Đây, các bạn lấy trái cây đi. Ừ. À, lấy đi. Mang cho ba nào. Lily, ta đóng tủ lạnh lại. Đúng rồi. Ừ. Ba làm Lily nhé. Cái này em bỏ cái
The
kia đi.
dad starts making breakfast, while Lily nimbly helps out. She skillfully takes the fruit pieces her dad has cut and arranges them
Yeah.
neatly on a plate.
Rồi, ta bỏ cái kia đi. Đây nữa. Bỏ xuống. Bỏ cái kia. Đấy. Bỏ đây này. Bỏ xuống đi. Cắt lại nhé. Đây con thử đi. Con ngồi xuống. Hầm này ngọt quá. Ngồi im coi. Đi nào. Con ra ghế của mình đi. Ra ghế đi. À. Đây, đi đây.
Finally, a cozy breakfast filled with laughter is ready. Lily sits at the table and begins to enjoy the delicious meal prepared by her dad, concluding a creative and lovely morning wake-up call.
Cảm ơn Ly nhá. Con ăn đi, con ăn đi. À, ngon quá. Đau đấy nhé. Đây, chăn này. Ui xa. Đẹp vậy thôi. Không phải được. Làm đây. Chỉnh lại cái ly nhé. Đây, tay đây. Tay đây. Không lạnh nhé. Không lạnh chưa? Rồi, được rồi. Đúng rồi.
The morning sun seeped through the cracks in the door, awakening all things. In the small room, Lily stirred slightly and opened her eyes.
Dad.
A new day had begun. But today, this time, Lily woke up with no intention of waking her dad as usual. Instead, she displayed an astonishing independence. Lily went into the bathroom by herself. She placed a small stool to reach the sink, getting her own toothpaste and brushing her teeth carefully. Every movement was decisive and proficient, from washing her face to drying it with a towel. Everything happened in silence, unlike the hustle and bustle of previous mornings.